Okay, today we're going to make Cuban Picadillo. So we're going to use a combination of brisket, chuck, and just regular ground beef. This is 85-15 ground beef.
Well, you may be wondering why Cuban Picadillo? Well, my wife happens to be Cuban, and I was introduced to Cuban cuisine back in Miami before we got married.
Okay, now we're going to grind the meat. And put it through the grinder one more time. If you're going to do this for picadillo or for hamburgers or for any beef dish, it's well worth the effort. It's much better than just the ground beef out of the package. All right, so here are the raw ingredients. We've got the 2 pounds of ground beef, salt, pepper, obviously, garlic, tomato paste, tomato sauce. We've got a white onion, got cumin, got oregano, bay leaves, raisins, olives, olive oil. We're going to use a half of a pepper, and instead of Vino Seco, which I couldn't find, we're going to use some Vermouth. All right, so here we've got the ground beef, and we're going to put, I've already put the oregano in here, and I'm going to put in some garlic and some salt and pepper to taste, just to pre-season the. So here I'm going to use my little cheating device here for the garlic. I'm just going to smash it up with this little press. About 5 cloves of garlic. It's about 8, so we're just going to do about that much. The rest of this is going to be at the very end. You can add more later as you need it. Let's set this aside. Next, we're going to cut up an onion. We're going to dice it. I like to cut off a little bit of the root because all that crap, but you don't want to cut off all of it because we're going to dice it here. I'll show you how that happens. Nice little arrangement I have here. I can just dump everything right into the trash can, which is on the side. Put this back. I want to get the skin off of it, outer layer. Is this method where I cut it twice or 3 times in this direction. Be careful not to go through the root. And then we're going to do it in this direction, being sure not to cut through this with a nice sharp knife. And then you want to make sure you do the claw so you don't cut yourself. Okay, next we're going to do the pepper. I usually like to cut the top off. So I'll cut a little bit of the bottom off. And then I'll cut off the sections like so. But the way I do this is I'll just cut like so. And then just cut for the dice. Add these right into the bowl.
I left this part in just as a reminder to clean up as you go.
I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Spanish olives. Does that look like 2 tablespoons to you? So I also like to use this burner, which is a TE Chef little butane burner. It's got the butane right in here. It's really cool. So you want to heat up the pan. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Add a little bit of salt. Meanwhile, the rice is cooking. So everything should come together pretty quickly, about the same time. Almost ready. I think we're ready to add the ground beef. It's already broken up pretty well, so all I gotta do is mix it in. Okay, once you've browned the ground beef, we're gonna add the cumin and the 2 bay leaves. Mix that up. Mix it up, and then we're going to add a half a cup of water to help water braise the meat, makes it tender. You can also add some vermouth or Vino Seco or some white wine, whatever you prefer. And we'll keep this going until the water's basically simmered off. Maybe add a little bit more salt for seasoning. You want to taste it somewhere along the way, see if it's getting tender. Not quite. Getting there though. Okay, time to add the tomato sauce and tomato paste. Let's mix that in real good. It's a half cup of each. Half cup tomato sauce, half cup tomato paste. Okay, then I'm going to add the olives, some raisins. You might think at first raisins doesn't fit, but you taste this dish, the raisins add just a little bit of sweetness that is just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's not expected, but you got to try it. And at this point, you might want to taste it and see if you want to add some more salt, and pepper, or something else, maybe even some cumin. Or I think it's probably right. And then the last step is the rest of this garlic. And just mix it all in.
That's it, Cuban Picadillo. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.